That's 500 XP right there.
Sheesh. Court is
Pez keeps shaking his head. Court has decided to excel at a game, and he's grinding it out and doesn't care just so he can have the team he wants, and then he'll start playing.
Court needs that XP dopium drip.
100% all day long.
The fiend.
All I do is XP, P, no matter what.
You pee no matter what.
Well, I do. I'm old, man. I pee all the time. 5:30, 4:30. What's the difference? Hey, Pez? Bladders.
Hey, speaking of pee, we got Pez. Hey, Pez.
Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going?
That was decent. Right? Decent segue.
How's it going, fellas?
Hey, fellas. Well, I mean, what do you want me to talk about? I got nothing.
Do you don't have to pee?
I mean, it's a basic human function.
You got
It's
to
like the Hulk. That's my secret. I always have to.
Your poo is like a Hulk?
Yeah.
Sorry for the listeners. I write right into the poo-poo humor right off the
Tier
bat.
3 subs get that info only.
Oh, Jesus.
So we're here today. This is
Hike shadows all up in your poo.
Oh, gross. Shocker. So we want to talk about the show real quick. I know we talked about it a little bit last week, but now that both Pez and Court have gotten a lot more time with it, and we want to see, related to some other games, but give me your guys' hot takes now that you've had some time with it. Thoughts, opinions.
Here's my. I'm just gonna put the controller down to have this conversation. Wow, as someone that I just got into like Diamond Dynasty or Hockey Ultimate Team this year, like just this year, I'm gonna ask you a question here.
Okay.
If you could play exhibition games and a bevy of different modes, single player, even exhibition games, and that still counted towards your XP or your points, would you think that is a good thing?
Yes.
So no matter what you did in the game, it always worked towards your grind. So you didn't always have to only play online. You could have different modes, and you could have daily challenges that actually made sense, and they weren't like score 2 goals on a penalty kill. Like, does that? That's like a weird one. It's like, hey, you need to go get a penalty purposely to get 2 goals.
No, I agree. However, in the game we're talking about, NHL, there is not the systems in place to allow that to happen. But I agree.
There is. There could be.
Like, there could be. It would take more than what's currently there.
You take the Hut Rush timeline and you make that a seasonal timeline. That's how that works. But then
they also need to add more. Like, think about it. I'm playing Road to the Show, so if I'm playing any mode gives you XP towards your Diamond Dynasty in this game. Any mode gives you XP. So they reward you for playing all of the game, not just like 2 or 3 things. And they give you daily challenges that aren't asinine and they're actually obtainable. Like, to be totally honest, when I was trying to grind on NHL for a bit, I'm like, okay, I can do this. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the challenges are like I said before, 2 penalty kills, 2 shorthanded goals. I'm like, what? That means I have to go out and that means I literally have to go off the face-off and start tripping people to first get the penalty. And I'm just like, what is this?
In 1 minute periods.
Exactly. Thank you. Like, they all, and also the show lets you, when people talk about like they can play a game and play it for no money and still get all the good cards. And I think Pez can agree because I'm definitely a cheapo. I've been pulling some great cards and making a great team, and they keep adding. They also, when they give you old players, they don't be like, here's a Joe Sakic card. Oh, by the way, it's garbage. You're never going to use it.
Mm-hmm.
The people don't all have the same team. You're able to get good players. You're able to build up your team in the Diamond Dynasty mode, and everybody is different. I could build up Ken Griffey Jr. if I want, but I'd have to grind it, but I could make him really good. But I find in NHL, as someone like myself, I would build up all these old cards, but they don't give me the option to. Because if they do, they make it impossible for you to grind because they know what they want you to do, EA. EA wants your money.
So the functionality you're talking about XP across all modes, that exists in UFC 4. It's there.
Dang.
And it's already there. And I'm not saying like your point, that actually I think supports your point. You have it in an EA game where what you do goes towards like bags to get cosmetics for your creative fighter, which is like the main mode. There's no, ultimate team or whatever. Why is that not the case in NHL? maybe I would play another mode. Or maybe winning the Stanley Cup would get me points. You know, I agree. I'm with
100%.
you. And it's unfortunate because it segments the game. And that's why people are mad like, oh, how come you guys only care about Hut with this update? Why do you only care about Ishal with this update? Instead of, you know, hey, they made an update to Ishal. I get my, Hut points for it or whatever. Great. Like, you separate your player base because you don't have that overarching, like, theme. And I agree with you, and I think that's what MLB does very good.
They do a very good job of making it so you can play anything. Like Pez and I we've been talking a lot about this game. I can't believe, and I'm sure Pez is probably shocked, how much I'm enjoying this game and how much I'm playing this game, and I'm learning the systems, and I'm doing this and doing that. And like, I unlocked a player that he had, and he was like, "Oh, I can't hit with him." And then he was like, "Oh, dumb it down, like put it on," because you can do it on different levels. And then all of a sudden, I'm hitting home runs with my guy, and it was funny. The conversations we've been having about this game, and I can't believe how much I'm playing it. And all I want to do is make my team better, but I can see a light at the end of the tunnel. I'm like, okay, if I do this, and this, I'll get those good cards. But when I look at NHL and the way you have to unlock cards and do things, I'm like, yeah. So I'm not getting, like, they give you very good cards as rewards, not like a pack that you might get a good card. They actually, like, they'll give you their, let's call it battle pass. Hey, Pez, it's kind of what it is.
Yeah, it's a like season. Basically, a battle pass you don't pay for.
Correct. Oh, shocker. Hold on. You don't pay for it, by the way.
What's that like?
So what they'll do is, say, I'll give you an example here, Wabba. Say NHL made it so, like, okay, if you got to a certain amount of points, your first reward was a pack. And then your next reward was whatever the big set of the month was, a pack that you're definitely going to get one of those players.
I literally, I understand what you're saying. I know what the words mean together. I can't imagine it.
That's what's crazy about it. And I can guarantee that MLB The Show has a stronger player base and more people playing and more playing all the different modes. And hey, give it to the San Diego studio as well. Hey, Pez, for the amount of updates they've done on this game in the last couple of days.
Yeah, so far it's been really good. Really, really good.
Patching. There's a lot of, if you go into the reviews for this game, because I was checking it out while I was just on I guested on Lord Attic's show just recently, like today, and I was going over the Metacritic score and I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh my god, there was an amount of fanboys that were going into the Xbox fanboys were going to the PlayStation side and dunk on it, and then I was like, you guys are dunking on it for stuff. They're like, oh, it's a carbon copy. I'm like, it's a sports game. If you don't think it's gonna be a little bit like the old one from previous years, what do you want? Do you want them to have spaceships and fly around the stadium? Like, it's a sports game. What are you expecting? The fact that they actually make it so that you think you're playing this, and yes, they want your money. Like, let's be real here. But they make it so everything is obtainable. Mm-hmm. Every awesome card, if you want that card, like Pez and I have been talking on strategies on how to get cards, but we can actually go get those cards. Like right before the show was recorded, I want an Alex Manoah, and Pez was like, well, you just got to do this, this, and this. I'm like, okay, I know by next week at this time, I will have Alex Manoah. I will have that card. And it's only going to take me, it's just, you know what I mean?
EA has sort of something like that in place in terms of single player with Madden. Madden Ultimate Team, I'll give Madden Ultimate Team this. I came in late in the cycle. It's actually pretty fun. What they do is when they release their set, so like they released their, I think they did like NFL Legends, right? You have your collection Legends that you can work up to, and if you are a single online player only, single player only, you can go get yourself. They'll say like, all right, here's an 87 or like a 92 Mike Allstott was one of them, right? So you can go play. You can have a 92 Mike Allstott, like Hall of Fame edition in your thing, on your team. I think it's just for NHL specifically. If you were to look at, this being MLB The Show is San Diego Studios' major game. Madden is, and FIFA, because they're relatively the same in terms of Ultimate Team. They are EA Sports' like major teams. It's just when it comes to NHL, and I know we talk a lot about NHL, right? Because Wabba is a big NHL player and streamer.
And I like the game this year.
Wabba plays.
I really liked NHL this year. I thought the gameplay was very good. I just thought the gotcha mechanics for the Ultimate Team pissed me off.
That team, and when I say that team, I mean the dev team isn't going to have the same resources that Madden or FIFA would have, or when it was being built, have the same systems because, again, NHL has never been the cash cow that both those have been.
Okay, so for all that reasons, I put out that tweet last week or whatever. I know, I know you guys see my tweets every now and then. I don't ignore you, but I know you ignore me. It's okay. It's okay. I ignore me too.
What? I talk to you every day.
I'm joking. Literally every day. But I wasn't kidding when I said, just take everything that we see in MLB The Show and just make it into hockey. Like, please. And I guarantee you, it'll bring so many people into the game.
And probably people back. I'm seeing more and more people like put their money where their mouth is and decide like, I'm good. I'm good this year.
And it's just like with Game Pass. People talk about Game Pass. Oh, no one, blah, blah. It's proven that the people that are in Game Pass buy more games. So I guarantee you, MLB, the San Diego Studios has noticed that like we still get people buying the packs regardless whether we let you. They're like here. And the grind isn't hard. It's not a ridiculous grind to get the stuff.
No, it's not.
That's the thing. That's what I can't believe how good this is. I'm just like, I'm pulling all these great packs and Pez is just sending me messages like, oh, look, he pulled another one. I'm like, I pulled another one.
It also has a companion app on your phone. So if a friend pulls the diamond,
that's cool.
It'll say like,
it's the hype. It's hype.
Yeah.
The game's hype. Let's be honest. The game is
say
giant
like,
hype.
Court L pulled a whatever. And then I'll text them and be like, dude, nice pull.
It's awesome.
It's cool.
Like Deke pulled a Kenny Lofton last night. Good on Deke. That's a good card.
That is a good card. And what I like most.
Has got Stroman.
I think what I like most about the show is, unlike other, and I'm going to use NHL as my example because they have very small releases in terms of like team of the year, team of the season, right? It's like 6-7 players. I think it's like 6, right?
They release the same players all day long.
In Madden and in these bigger games, you find that there are more higher end cards. So the teams, like Court said, the teams are now diversified while still being able to do the same thing. You play NHL, your goal is Connor McDavid, and then maybe your your favorite player. So for Wabba, it was like Team of the Year, Brad Marchand, right? And then like
great jersey.
And then like, oh, I want to go get, Bergeron's whatever. But then you have to play the metagame, and these bigger ones you don't. There is no real metagame because while the ratings may be different, you have I'm going to call them entry-level diamonds at, 85, 86. But then if you want to play online and play like actual people and do the events, you can get, 99 diamonds. But it's not forcing you to do that to get like good cards. And the offline is a lot more fun than squad battles in NHL.
I hope so.
Squad battles in NHL are, to me, is the most boring thing in the world.
Also the 1 minute games in the NHL thing. Like it's even worse when they do like the 3-on-3 and they give you like a minute and they're like, you need to do 25 of these. I'm like, dude, are you effing kidding me? Like they designed it so you don't want to play the game. That's what I feel. And like what I was saying to Pez about like the different players, like I see a lot of people putting Mike Trout. And then I was talking to my cousin and he's a huge baseball aficionado and he's looking at the stats. He's like, well, actually, if you don't need Mike Trout at center field. Yes, he's got the bat, but like this, and this, these guys are faster in the outfield and baseball's also just as much about defense. So he was like, well, technically, if you can get Vladdy Guerrero at first, you could offset Mike Trout by having so-and-so, the guy that I picked up. What was his name from the Minnesota Twins, Pez?
Buxton or something like that.
his speed and his fielding and his bat is only like 5 points lower than Mike Trout, but his fielding and everything is better than Mike Trout. So if you can offset, he was explaining it. He was like, there's a lot of MLB web pages and all these people were like, you either have Mike Trout or you don't. It's not the end of the world. But if you don't have Connor McDavid, well, what's the point?
Mm.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you can get away and build your team. Like, I wasn't smart enough. I took Mickey Mantle as a card, and Pez took Randy Johnson. Well, now I wish I took Randy Johnson. Like, who are we kidding? Mickey Mantle's on my bench now. Like, the guy's out. He's out. I'm going to sell him. But that's the other thing. How about this, Wabba? Every pack that you win or get from doing challenges, every card is sold. Every card is soldable. And also, when you put them towards sets and collections, you never lose that card. It's just you now longer. What happens is you can't sell the card now. So
It's crazy that they're all tradable. For those who don't know, in NHL, you can get certain types of packs. Most of the cards you interact with are not tradable, which means you have to use them in sets, which is what they want to encourage. Which makes sense because that's how it works. But like, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying they're encouraging you to do sets to build better players. But it's crazy because
they're encouraging you to buy more packs. Let's be real here, the way it works.
I'm saying in terms of the gameplay, the goal is get players, build sets, but the goal isn't trade players or sell players on the auction house, because that way the only way to get good players theoretically is by doing the sets, which is like what Court said, getting more packs or playing the game if you're free to play like me and crazy. But yeah, it's interesting. It sounds like, there's a lot of good mechanics, and hopefully they're going to make some changes. Obviously, I don't think we're going to get all the improvements, but even if it's just a few, I think
this thing is crazy to me. The fact that when I realized all of a sudden, I'm like, wait a second, when I build a set in NHL, I lose those cards. They're gone forever. In this, those cards you could not sell anymore. They're like, oh no. They're still yours. You could still use them. You could still play with them. Do whatever you want. You just can't sell them now.
But that also has its risk reward, because if you get Vlad Guerrero Jr., let's say, right? He's on the market right now for over 100,000 stubs, which is like one of the highest. I think like Ohtani's like 300,000, but
I have Ohtani. He's overrated.
That also brings in its risk reward type of gameplay that you're going to do. Like, oh, do I want to turn this set of, because they do what NHL and Madden do. Like, do I want to turn in this set of Red Sox to then get a diamond Kevin Youkilis, I think is the like reward. But then you can never sell those Red Sox. So like Chris Sale, who stinks by the way.
Wait, you can get Youkilis for getting all the players?
Yeah.
Wabba, name a player you can get him. Like, I know Carlos Delgado's
Orlando
coming
Cabrera.
in the next. Carlos Delgado's the secret one coming in the next set because Randy Johnson gave it away on some interview.
Did he?
Yeah. So as a huge Blue Jay fan, that's the thing. Name a guy. Like, I know that all the good Blue Jay players, they're all going to be there. David Justice, he's not a Blue Jay, but like I'm just saying, all the guys that I grew up playing, I can build a team of 90s ball players that'll be just as good as the ones of the brand new cards.
Give me Jurassic Carl Everett.
Oh man, his card will be kicking the catcher right in the face. But I'm gonna give a quick 2-minute review on the show. I will be doing a longer one or a mini-sode with Court to do our review of the show. But if you are into simulation sports, and I think the reason a lot of us play Madden, FIFA, the show, NHL 2K, is to play simulation sports, right? We're not looking for that arcade experience. The show 22 is probably the best simulation sports game experience that I have played this year. And I've played Madden, I played NHL, and I've played the show. And so far, it's been my favorite. It makes you feel like you're at the ballpark, right? It has like what you would see at the ballpark. It has the sounds. It has the animations are great. Like the bat coming off the ball is perfect. That bat coming off the ball is different. Whether it's you do a perfect swing, a late swing, like it all sounds different, like it would in a baseball game.
And you can still pop it up when it's a good swing, which is frustrating.
Which is super frustrating. But it is a very, very good simulation sports game. And I say that as someone who used to be a huge baseball fan. And I've definitely fallen off, but this has made This has kind of made me go back to watching baseball because it's enjoyable and it's drawn me back in.
Same.
And I think that's the highest praise that you can give a game, because I've watched NFL games and been like, oh man, I kind of feel like playing Madden, and then I put Madden on and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do this, right? Or I've like watched the Bruins. I've watched the Bruins and I'm watching the Bruins up in my office with my 2 monitors and I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna play NHL, and I put NHL in and I'm like, I know it's hockey, but it doesn't feel like what I'm watching. And the show gives that good presentation of like you're watching, like you're playing this, but it looks like what you would see with camera angles at Fenway or whatever your field of choice is. So I highly recommend it to any sports fans. If you're a baseball fan, it's a given. Especially now that it's on all platforms. I have it on all 3 platforms.
No, I don't have it on Switch.
Yeah, I recommend it, and seriously, addicted to the grind. It's the best thing I can say about him. Addicted to the grind, like I didn't think I would be in a sport game.
Dude, I'm playing it right now because I can't not. It's like that XP drip, gimme. I'm trying desperately. I've almost finished Lego Star Wars. I'm close. And I love that game. Like, I'll talk about that game if we want. Like, I really, really enjoy that game, and I think it's a perfect game to play with your kids. It's everything about that game is fan-tastic. But there's so much reward playing. Like, MLB The Show's like, well, if you play the game, we'll reward you. It's very rare. Games like, hey, by the way, you put in some time and effort, you can have whatever you want. Sure, you can have it. I know that I'll get a Vladimir Guerrero card. I know I'll get it.
The dopamine hit is nice, for sure.
So I think that's, I think that's a recommendation from 3 Dads and a Console, if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, also go play Lego Star Wars. It's very good. It's the best Star Wars game I've ever played. They have better space battles than Rogue Squadron.
It's really?
Oh yeah, like way better, Pez.
I really enjoyed Rogue Squadron.
Said not many people.
It was really good.
I enjoyed it. I played it on the 2 crew once, and we had a great time.
The 2 crew, live crew,
the 2 live crew,
Tuesday crew.
All right, sorry, Wabba, continue.
No, that's fine. So next topic, and we kind of talked about it last week a little bit, is the upcoming PAX East Penny Arcade Expo that Pez and I are going to. We want to take some time and talk about it. For those who don't know, it's a consumer video game expo. It's not like E3. There's no like big. Actually, this year there really aren't a lot of big companies going.
No, there's not. Which I am honestly. Sorry to interject. I'm kind of miffed about. As someone who didn't know this going in, like to know that Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony aren't there is kind of a letdown.
It's a little bit of so you have to buy the badges before you even know who's going to be there. Typically, the same people are there. Not this year. So
no,
it's unfortunate, but it's understandable with everything, and it'll be nice to at least go and be in the world. But
do you guys think that they're ever going to be back?
I would say so.
I think Nintendo would. I don't know. I don't necessarily think anyone. I don't think Sony will.
Sony had a decent presence there.
Yeah, they did, but this will be this will be the 2nd year in a row that it's ran that they haven't been there.
Yeah, well, because Japan and COVID.
Right, Japan was doing COVID stuff.
They were supposed to show Last of Us too.
Xbox is local, and they're not there.
I just think, do they have anything to show?
Whoa. There's a little game called Starfield that's going to be the biggest game of the year.
I don't know if they want to show it at...
come out.
Yeah, but they're not going to show that at PAX.
No, I'm just saying, like, you making your little joke.
No, I was making a joke. Well, I understand, but, like, what are they going to show at PAX? It's not, like, your big titles. I was shocked Last of Us was rumored to go, but it didn't. Like, Days Gone went when they were last there, which, again, I love it, but it's not, like, the biggest...
They could do Forza and actually show the DLC and all that, but
sometimes I see they'd have like people would be like waiting in line to play MLB The Show. I'm like, dude, go buy it. It's been out for 4 weeks. But whatever.
Dude, don't go buy it. Just play it on Game Pass.
That too, but it'd be at the Sony booth. In the past.
It's hilarious.
But yeah, so PAX, I mean, it's going to be a lot more indie developers, which Pez, I know that's really your thing. I've been looking
Yeah.
at, the list. It's going to be more tabletop as well. And it's also not going to be the whole size of the convention center, as it typically has been, at least a show floor, which again, a little disappointing, but I'm assuming we're going to get a little less crowds. And I think now I
we
can
can
take more
only
time
hope.
to see the game. Exactly. I think Saturday Bass is just sold out. So let me ask you, how many PAXs have you gone to? What are you looking forward to? And, is there anything this year that you got on your list?
This is my third one. This is my third one. I went 3 years ago, and then I went like the week before Boston shut down. And then obviously missed last year because they didn't have it, and then here this year. I only go on Fridays, so I only go 1 day a week. It's for those that don't know, it's a 4-day expo. It used to be 3 days, but then PAX got super huge, and then they added a Thursday. It used to just be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I never went on. One of my very good friends, Big Gursky, for those
people.
for
He's
those
just
that don't
kidding.
know.
He doesn't have friends.
I know, I made it up.
Actually, Big Gursky makes some crazy costumes.
So he is a cosplayer. So Saturday would be cosplay day. So he's like, if you're gonna come on Saturday, you're the bag holder. So I was like, all right, great, we're going on Friday, and that's gonna be the day that we'll walk around.
Is Gursky going on Saturday too?
No, he moved to California, so he's not going at all.
Oh.
So this year it's my brother and I. We'll be meeting up with Wabba, and then I was looking forward to Nintendo, but that's not going to happen because that was one of the booths we hit every year. My brother got booths. My brother got really excited because Gearbox is having their panel, but it's on Thursday, and we're going on Friday because the way Court and I are grinding the show is how he is grinding Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
I heard the game's good.
It is very good. I very much have been enjoying it. It took the sour taste of Borderlands 3 out of my mouth. Because Borderlands 3 was not a good game. To me, it was not a good game because the protagonists were annoying, the villains were incredibly annoying, kind of disrespectful to their target audience, and it wasn't optimized very well. But Tiny Tina's Wonderland is the complete opposite of that. Obviously, Tina herself is incredible, charismatic. Ashley Birch does an incredible job. But their show was on Thursday because he was really hyped to go see that. And I'm like, ooh, sorry, buddy. You can't read a schedule. It's on Thursday. So we'll probably, I have my PAX tradition of buying dice. So I will be perusing D&D dice. And
You've got that mug too, right?
I have my Bill's Wild Soda mug that I will just be seltzer water. But because I bought the mug, I can just go get refills there for free. And that's good with any place. So if they're anywhere and you have the mug, you can just go get a drink for free.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And 2 years ago, my first PAX, there was a macaroni and cheese cart, and he made chili mac and cheese. So 2 years ago, we went searching for chili mac, and it wasn't there. So we're gonna see if it's there this year. But I am kind of worried about the size of the show floor. It's kind of small because this would be an all day thing for us. We used to get in there at 10 o'clock, see if Bethesda's doing a thing over at MJ O'Connor, which is the bar attached to the hotel that's attached to the convention center.
They got tots there.
What's up?
They have tater tots there.
Nice.
So does the grocery store?
Yeah, but this place is for PAX.
Yeah.
Okay.
For PAX.
And I stuff them in my face in the middle of the day.
So we would go there and that's usually
that shocks me.
That's usually an evening thing, right? So we have a few drinks. The one time we went was before they were releasing Rage 2 and Fallout 76. And when you went in, you actually got a wristband, and it was good for 2 free drinks and all you can eat at their buffet bar or whatever. It was an awesome time. But if the show floor is small it means that you'll be able to probably get through quicker. And I'm worried it won't be the experience it has been in the past.
Fair. Do panel. I know you're not a panels guy, but consider it.
I'm definitely not a panels guy, but if something piques my interest, I'll do it. It's a lot hard. It's a lot harder when you had 3 people you were with, like 3 other people, so it's 4 total, and it's like, hey, you guys want to do this? And they're like, no.
I go along. Actually, whenever I went and I was with someone, so one year my buddy Pancakes went, and I told him, hey, if there's anything you want to do, go ahead. But I'm like, this is my schedule, and I'm like, if you're down for it, come along. And he's like, yeah, that's fine. He didn't care. He was down for whatever. Because I have my itinerary.
Down for whatever, Pez.
Ooh, he can't afford me. I'm too good for him.
5 gifted subs says differently.
10 from Azerbaijan, but yeah. So I've gone several years. Actually, the first year I went, one of my wife's coworkers, her husband, follow me, couldn't go, and that was the year like Kind of Funny was going, and I was like, oh my gosh, I get to go. So like Thursday night, I got to go. I met like Greg Miller there, which was like a big deal for me. I got to meet Nick Scarpino and Tim Geddes, and it was great. And then I got to meet Brian Alton, and it was like everybody I'd wanted to see. I met like Mega Ran there. And I got to get pictures with all of them. It was really surreal, and I'd never been to something like that where like the voices of content creators like in my head, like who I'd listened to, were like there and like people. And it was like really cool to see. And like that like really kick started. And I got 3-day tickets that year. It was my first year. I don't mind doing stuff by myself. And it was really cool. I think I met Arda that year, like the voice of the GWC. And like every year I've just gone by myself. Like if one of my friends wants to come, that's cool. And I've started now meeting people who I know doing content creation, and it's really cool because there's a lot of Boston creators when it comes to the NHL scene. And
you spent a day talking to me once when I was in Canada.
That's when I went by myself. Yeah, I was tweeting. That's how I met Cord. I was looking at Bruin's Twitter in a line, and he was tweeting about collaboration. I'm like, hey, you want to do video games? And now here we are. And it's weird how like things work out like that. Yeah, like introduce me to way bigger creators than I am, like in the hockey world. It's crazy, but both of you guys. But it's really cool now. Like I'm gonna be able to hang out with Pez and meet like with a bunch of other people. And I have people like asking like, hey, are you going to PAX? I'm like, this is weird. And it's cool. It's flattering. And it's neat to be able to meet people who you either like see on Twitch or online or who like your stuff. And one of the panels that I'm actually planning on going to is it's on Friday 5:30, and it's with one of our 2-time guests, Zach Hartzman, talking about teaching in video games.
That's so cool.
I want to go and support him and be there and meet him because he's been on the show a few times, and it's really cool to see that and to be able to like, I don't know, do that. I don't know how to describe it. It's very surreal going from people who I used to listen to now people who I like collaborate with. And I know there's like more people going who like I probably know more so like as a fellow content creator instead of people who I just watch and listen. I think that's really interesting.
And we have like Wabba and I have already established. I was like, hey, you want to go do something? Don't let us hold you back. And he's like, yeah, I won't.
Yeah, definitely.
because there'll be again. Wabba, my brother, and I are all into different stuff. I'm the D&D nerd. Wabba likes his anime. We all like different kind of games. Like, so I don't want anyone to miss out on something because the rest of the group isn't into it. So right away, I was like, dude, yeah, we'll meet up. We'll hang out. You want to go do something? Be like, hey, I'm going to do something. I'll meet you guys in an hour at blah, blah, blah.
Exactly. And I think that's how you got to do it.
Like, okay, good.
I'm also going for 3 days. So I'm going Thursday, Friday, and Saturday because I missed this stuff. The last big event I went to was this. I made a video. So I can write it off. Every year that I go, I do a montage, and I watch this one frequently because it reminds me of. I get very nostalgic about being able to go out and do things. This was before things opened up a little bit more in the U.S. But I still haven't gone to like an event like this. I just ordered K95s because you gotta but. It's I don't know. I'm very much looking forward to this from a personal level. Not that it's needed. So, but yeah, I'm going 3 days. I negotiated Thursday because my daughter's in daycare, so that's how I sold that to my wife instead of just 2. I want to hit up Gearbox on Thursday. I was gonna try to see if you've played Resident Evil 3, the remake, the voice actors for Jill Valentine's there. I
Ooh.
like when they do autograph sessions. I've met like Xavier Woods. Oh, I need to find Sungwon Cho. He's a YouTuber turned voice actor. He does funny skits about like anime and anime games.
Mhm.
He's gonna be there, and I've been watching him for years, and I think it'd be cool to meet, get a photo, all that stuff. I don't mind waiting in line. I'll wait for hours. Um, there's the Boston Breach. Is a new Call of Duty League team. It's run by Oxygen Esports, that I think is a really strong Boston-based esports org, and I want to like see what they're all about. I think that's fun. And then there's Zach's panel on Friday, and then Sunday G4 is back out. I like Xavier Woods a lot. I think he's cool. They have a panel then, and there's another one about like hustle and flow, real talk on making it, that I just think is good about like content creation. I like going to that stuff, and sometime on the weekend evenings you see, or weekday evenings, there's like really goofy ones. My favorite all-time panel was one where they played these like shovelware mobile games, and they just displayed it, and it's like this garbage that's broken,
Nice.
and it was just so funny them reacting to it, and just this whole room of people just laughing and just, I don't know, man. I don't know. I miss it. And I'm really happy this is going on. So
Now it's back.
Happy for you both.
Yeah.
I'm really sad that in the last 2 years I haven't been able to come see you ugly sons of guns up front.
We've had what, like three potential planned dates, and none of it's happened.
I know.
You and me, Pez,
Yeah.
we had a planned potential date, and your brother, that Sawaba, when you see his brother, he's gonna give you a hug. He's a big guy. He's gonna pick you up. He's gonna scare you. But then you slap him upside the head for me.
He might not, because he doesn't know Wabba.
He
At least
didn't
he
know
knew.
me.
Yeah, but he knew you through playing like we played like not Destiny, the Division and stuff together,
And Borderlands.
and Borderlands.
You mean he hasn't heard about me from the internet? You know, Wabba Plays, made famous on Twitch. That's
But
interesting.
anyways, so Pez was supposed to come meet me at a hockey game, and his brother did not take him.
No, he took his girlfriend that he's not even with anymore. Can you believe
Wow.
such a thing? And I'm pretty sure.
I mean,
But yeah, so yeah, and then Court was supposed to come to Boston, it didn't, and then
Because of COVID.
well,
of
yeah,
COVID.
no, we understand. We're not ragging
Yeah.
on you for it.
No,
I was supposed to come to Boston like a whole bunch of times. Just haven't been able
2 or
to.
3 times.
I want
Maybe-
to come in there in the summer. I want to go to a Red Sox game.
Maybe the next time we'll be at Fenway for a hockey game.
Yeah, I'll definitely be there for that.
I want to go so
as long as
bad.
there's no COVID.
I mean, it's not. Well, I'm not going, but yeah, hopefully it's going to be all set by
I
then,
pretty
or
much
at
have
least
it
in a
right
good
now. It's no
spot.
big deal.
A hockey game, by the way, in the home field of the visiting team. So
Wait, the Bruins are the away team?
no, Fenway Sports Group owns
That's right, they own the
Red
Pittsburgh.
Sox, and they own the Penguins.
That's so
hilarious.
weird.
Isn't that weird?
That's hilarious. It's not
Also,
weird.
Pez, I haven't asked you, but on Friday, I think Megaran is performing at 8:00.
Is he?
Yeah, are you going to be there that late?
I mean, probably. I usually am.
I try to not stay late every night. Can I talk about Oxygen Esports? They're hosting something, but I don't like going places like that, like bars anymore, because I'm old. But I think at PAX would be a different story. So I kind of want to see Megaran if he's performing.
Waba's gonna have a soda pop.
I mean,
I haven't had alcohol at least this calendar year.
really?
Yeah, no, I'm not giving it up. I just don't.
I think I am giving it up.
I'd rather have, like, if I'm gonna put garbage in my body, I'd rather it be like
McDonald's. Yeah,
Marsh Munch.
See, I stopped drinking beer. More because I had to, because I'm a diabetic. But I still drink seltzers, and they're still very tasty.
I just
Very
drink
tasty.
water. Well, now you're gonna get the whatever the thing is at the. I forget what's that guy's name. The mug guy. I keep forgetting.
Wild Bills, I think it's
Oh,
called.
Bill. It's not that hard to remember. I don't know why that happens.
Big yo, Wild Bill, hook me up with some seltzy water.
Yeah. So I know there's like a bunch of like developers that you probably, but I took a look at some. So though some like specifically I'm looking forward to. Yizbird is there. They're anime. They do visual novels. I love them. There's actually a few. I looked for sports games because again that's kind of been the theme of the show, kind of how we all met. There's one called Match Point. It's not super sports, but it's competitive. It's basically Pong, but you can catch the ball. Like you can tether it to your little board and you can move past half screen.
What?
I feel like that could get wild. I'm excited for that. And there's one Pez that I think you'll like called Wrestle Quest.
Ooh,
And it's
yes.
wrestling. Like it looks like an RPG.
Yeah, it's
And
like
it's
an
got like Macho Man is like the head
yes,
fake Macho
yes.
Man.
I'm in. I'm already in. They sent a trailer. They put a trailer out like a week and a half ago, and I immediately was like, yeah, I'm in.
So I'm
into all
gonna be
this.
getting into that. That's like the big one I want to play. And also too, I for the first time ever,
Isn't
someone
WrestleQuest coming to Game Pass?
is it?
I think so.
I think it is.
I just
It's got Macho Man.
Yeah.
oh
Yeah, it's coming to Game Pass. That's coming to Game Pass.
Okay, well you guys can enjoy playing it for free. I'm gonna have to buy it with money. And
Actually, you know where I'll probably play that game the most
Steam.
if it comes out. No,
Switch.
Switch. It's gonna be a perfect Switch game. Perfect.
I didn't think of that. I'm also gonna be demoing a streaming software, which says it's gonna be turning your space into like a 3D hangout. I don't really know. I haven't seen anything on it. Their website doesn't have much, but I have an appointment, and Pez is welcome to join if he'd like.
I'm hanging on, baby.
I'm really excited. That's like very flattering. I'm not big potatoes, but for someone to reach out like that, I'm excited to demo that out. I made
They
a
reached out to
reservation.
you.
Yeah. I made a reservation. I have an appointment on Google Calendar that I don't use, which should surprise no one.
Nope, not surprised at all.
I just got promoted, by the way. AAA.
Congrats.
So-
No big deal.
That's PAX. I'm sure we'll touch on it a little bit next week, and you can listen to it on your way in. So
Everybody in the locker room, Pez, is on road to shows just playing on their phones.
Just like real life. Also, if you're gonna be at PAX, tweet at us at 3dadspod. We would love to say hi.
yes, please do. I want nothing would make me happier, and I'm not being sarcastic, even though it's not like that would mean so much if someone's like, "Hey, I'm gonna be there. Can I say hi?" Like
And I will
that's
say
crazy.
yes. But
By the
then
way-
Wabba and I'll say hi. I'm Wabba plays, and then you'll be all confused.
Yes, dude. This isn't like you talked about your beard earlier.
I'll shave. I'm gonna shave just for
You're gonna
PAX,
shave?
and they'll be like, I'm Wabba plays.
Shaving for the bit. Good luck. Also, how tall are you and your brother?
I'm 6'1". My brother's about 6'4".
Good. I'm gonna start so many fights that I can't back up, and
That's
just 'cause I
fine.
know you guys are gonna be with me. Can't
That's
wait.
fine.
Get me booted. Any closing thoughts, you guys? Any other things you want to
PAX?
touch on? No, on anything. Anything you want to bring up today?
I just hit a double.
Tell me, yeah, we've had a pretty good string of games come out recently.
That's funny. Court.
Tell me-
I just hit a grand slam. I'm not even kidding you.
Court's
Sorry.
losing it over there. Grind that XP, baby. Grind it.
I'm grinding it like I'm at a strip club.
So in the past 2 weeks alone, we've had Tiny Tina Wonderlands, the show, and Lego Star Wars. In the past 2 months,
I've played 2 of them.
we've also had Elden Ring. We've also had Horizon Forbidden West. Tell me the best game.
so far.
Tell me the best game you have played so far in 2022.
Yeah, I'm gonna put them in order.
Yeah.
Horizon Forbidden West. MLB The Show, Lego Star Wars.
Oh,
And I don't want to, even though Lego Star Wars is third and like right now, if I had to pick game of the year and I've only played those 3 games, I'd almost want to give it to Lego Star Wars for what it adds to the Lego games that they've never added before and how good of a Star Wars game it is. Like Horizon Forbidden West is great, but it's still a lot of the same thing, just more of it. And the Lego game literally takes the Lego games that we've all grown up with and totally does it a wholly different way.
Oh, interesting.
But with and MLB The Show is just I'm having fun with it, and it's so almost like the Oscar situation where you're like, the movie that wins, where I was like, oh god, I didn't even like it that much. Like it was whatever. Like why couldn't like I went and saw Sonic 2 this weekend with my daughter. By the way, everybody go see Sonic 2. It was so good. Why can't a movie like what? Why can't a movie like that win? So like what? Lego Star Wars, my game of the year right now. It's fun. It is just fun.
Wabba, what about you? Favorite game 2022 so far?
I admittedly haven't played a large variety of games yet, though I do have a decent backlog. However, I have this week because I've been getting back into Horizon. It's amazing. It looks beautiful. I think the gameplay's fine. I mean, the gameplay's great. I was saying fine because I was thinking about the haptic triggers, and when you do the tough bow, it's actually I need to turn those off. It
is it really that tough?
No, maybe I'm just soft.
Yeah.
Okay.
User error. I mean, let's
gotta get your fingy exercises in.
But I'm getting more into the story, and it's really interesting.
The story's better.
They're good. I don't. How do I put this? They're consistently like surprising me, which is weird because my expectations are very high for that game, and I'm enjoying it way more than I thought I would, even though I thought I would enjoy it a lot.
How so?
I think again they improved on the gameplay. I think the characters are interesting. The facial animations are really good, and they create characters that I care about even when I just meet them. And I'm getting like you're like discovering these like new like tribes of people, and it's just learning about them and why they are. And it's nice that they like in the beginning of the game you like meet like some people that you already know, and it's like okay, I already know this stuff. They immediately like slowly take you out of that. There's like a prequel area that has like some like, oh yeah, this is kind of like the old game, and then immediately it's like an event happens and it's like, no, this is now new game. And I think that's really cool because it's like they ease you back into it, and you get just comfortable enough, and then you get to the new area and you realize you're not nothing. People don't care about you. You're not as like your skills aren't as high, and it's someone mentioned this. I think maybe Court. When you go to a new game and it's like, hey, how come you forget about that? Like the God of War issue where it's like, well, you do that because now it's different people. So now these people have like armor, so that's why you can't just one shot them.
Yeah, but it still annoys me.
Monsters.
It still annoys me every single time.
Or like different
skill. I'm more annoyed at the skills that you forget. Like really? You forgot how to do that?
But now it's like different like robots. So it's like that's why you're less effective than you were in the last time. And I think I can like explain that away a little bit. I think it looks great.
I love the game. Like,
and the photo mode, I know you said it was like really good. I'm doing that too, and it's weird.
It's the best cooking game I have ever played.
And you're both playing on PS5, correct?
Correct. The spicy new monitor.
Yeah, he's finally playing in 4K.
I stopped playing it for a month because I was waiting for this monitor. My last trophy before recently was like February.
All right, Wabba, now talk to me about this new monitor.
Alienware. Can't tell you the model.
Are we talking 60 frame? 60, 100, 144 frames. What are the hertz? Are we looking at 4K? What are we doing over here, baby?
I don't know.
I knew it. I knew that was going to be the answer. That's kind of why I built it up with those questions because I knew the answer.
I guarantee I'm gonna throw this out there. He is 4K 60 frames per second.
20 FPS, 360p. This bad boy can hold 5 pixels.
It might be, honestly, if an Alienware could be 144 megahertz refresh rate, which is very good. Which means like your refresh rate means like what you'll max out as for frames.
Yes.
Yes. I was just curious.
Answering this like it's a deposition. I don't know any of these answers. I do recall.
I do believe that is correct, sir.
I recall.
Pez, what about your games?
Mine. Game of the year right now for games I played that have come out in 2022. If it was games I played in 2022, it's going to be Kena, Bridge of Spirits, but that doesn't count. So right now, it is Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. It's just I'm enjoying MLB The Show, but the thing with Game of the Year is you need to kind of be a little surprised. To me, anyway, you kind of need to be a little surprised by it. I know what I'm getting with a baseball game, right? And I'm having a good time. But Tiny Tina's Wonderland, I'm having a good time for a whole different reason. It's like it's a little bit insane. It touches on that D&D thing that I love. It's a good squad game, and it actually has deep systems. At its core, it doesn't look like it, but they have these like once you reach the cap level, you get into like these chaos chambers, and you get chaos loot and volatile loot, and it just all these different systems to re-roll stuff, and it's a lot more fun. And if I can tell you right now, if the MLB grind wasn't as good as it is, that is the only game I'd be playing instead of playing 2 games. Because right now I'm playing MLB and Tiny Tina. I have more access to MLB because I have it on my Xbox and on my Switch. And there's cross progression, so I can sit on my couch while, I'm just hanging around while we're hanging around doing nothing, and I don't want to be in my office and grind with the same team that I can pick up on my, up in my office on my PlayStation. So if Tiny Tina had the same thing, I'd be doing the same thing, right? I'd be playing it on Xbox downstairs, picking it up here, but it doesn't. But Tiny Tina's Wonderland is probably my game of the year right now. Haven't played Elden Ring, and I won't unless my chat on Twitch wants to pay for it.
Smart.
Because if people want to see me,
didn't Antonio say he was going to buy me Elden Ring? Don't do it though. Like buy it for Pez if you're going to buy it for anybody. I don't want to play that game.
If he does, he has to bet in Canadian money to really feel the pain, just like the game.
if people want to see me be miserable, they're gonna have to pay for it.
They could just listen to this podcast.
Pez,
Yeah.
Can I tell you something right now? There is a daily moment where you get to play as Willie Mays today, and you get to play in the original stadium in San Francisco back in the day. And I'm telling you right now, you need to, right after you're doing this, go do the daily. You got to hit a home run, but the stadium looks unreal, dude.
Really?
Wasn't that the home improvement guy?
Tim Allen?
Like it looks crazy, man. I didn't know the stadium looked like this. Like I want this to be my stadium in my season. I got to unlock this somehow.
So yeah, so that is Tiny Tina is my so far game of the year. And again, I haven't played Elden Ring. I haven't played Horizon. I won't buy Horizon. I'll just wait till someone is like, "Yeah, I'm done playing it. Have you played it?" No. Oh, great. I'll give you my copy.
Yeah, you can borrow it from me. It's fine.
No, like Wabba or just anyone I know that has played it. Because all my friends really enjoyed it, but I didn't like the first one.
Fine, I'll loan it to you. It's fine.
Just gotta be the first. Willie Mays have Nikes way back in the day. Interesting.
You had to go back to the future, Marty.
Game's literally unplayable now.
Literally unplayable. Yeah, that's it.
Right.
Thank you for answering my question, gentlemen. I know we never kind of really talk about what we're playing. We just talk about the news or what we've loved to play. So getting a nice refresh, I think, is good for everybody.
Dude, I've got so many games I need to get into. I'm looking at Guardians, Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh my god.
I've got Sackboy I'm going to create content for us. I've got to finish Cold War. I've got to finish Strikers. I got to... what is this? Oh, I got to play Hades.
Home run, baby. Just did it.
You have to play Hades? You haven't even played it yet?
I haven't even taken another wrapper, but I bought it physical because I
a
support the devs I want to.
What a gem. What a gem of a game.
Oh, Pez, I just unlocked Faces of the Franchise NHL Central. Do you want to know what I want me to open it or on thing?
Yeah.
Live opening. You have to
open
describe what's
open it, and I'll already know who it is before you even flip that card over. Because it'll come up on the app. Yeah, it comes up on the app right when you open the pack.
Ooh, I have 2 packs here. Ooh, I have 2 packs.
2 packs.
Let's do the NHL Central. Face of the Franchise pack. Opening. Don't tell me.
I'm not going to tell you. I would never ruin it.
Cardinals.
Joey Votto's on the Reds. It's a second baseman, I think. Tommy Chisholm or something like that.
Tommy Edman.
Tommy Edman.
Jesus, my team. Dude, he's not even gonna play. I'm gonna put him on my bench.
Sounds like a nice man.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know much about. I'm learning more about baseball this year than ever. But my team, man.
I was really. I will say, the show makes good content because I was streaming my Diamond Dynasty grind, and we were talking about my AL East Diamond pack, and I went on for 3 minutes on why I wanted Rafael Devers, and then we pulled him. Feels good. It feels good on the inside.
Oh, and I just unlocked in the pack. I got a 86 Pete Alonso, first baseman.
I
Can
don't
you
know
get
who
a
that
Pete
is.
Rose?
Gold card.
Nope. You cannot get a Pete Rose.
I can sell now for 2,121 stubs.
How many do you have in the bank?
24,561.
Oh yeah, dude.
Well, yeah, because that thing, that Road to the Show thing that you think is whatever, you get stubs for grinding it.
Yeah. I don't want to play
So-
Road to the Show enough to do that.
Right now I am level Pez. I am level 15. Yesterday morning when I got up, I was level 7.
Man's
So
out
that
of
grind
control.
thing, it works.
Man is out of control, ladies and gentlemen.
So yeah, my next pack will be an NL Central pack. It'll be a choice pack. So that's when I'm gonna take. So this is a tough one for me because I'm a Canadian. I'm gonna have a choice between Stroman or Votto. I'm gonna go Stro because he used to be a Blue Jay, and I love the guy. I love his attitude. I love what he did for the community out here in Toronto. Like, I'm gonna choose him, but it's tough to take him over Joey Votto. But knowing that I want Vladdy as my first baseman, Votto's never gonna play on my team. What's the point?
True.
So I'm gonna take Stro, and then for my AL choice pack, I already got Bruxton. Do I take Benedetti or whatever? The guy used to play.
Benintendi?
Yeah, Benintendi.
Benintendi.
Super Bentendo, as they used to call
There's
him.
Lewis Roberts. I've got so much outfield. I don't need any more outfield.
If you need
And
a
then
leadoff hitter, Lewis Roberts has 93 speed. He's very good.
My leadoff hitter right now is the guy I just picked up. He's 99 speed.
Hey,
That's what I'm
touche.
saying. I might take KZ Miz, a pitcher, and start loading up my pitchers with some 90s because I got my pitching staff is garbage. And then my NL choice pack, that's when I'm going to take Ronald Acuna Jr.
Yep.
100%. I don't even think twice. And then that's when I'm going to get my piece de resistance. It's funny. Devers is in there and I want to take him, but I really want Alex Manoah. And then eventually, if I keep grinding, if I grind this properly, I'll be able to get I'll get Logan Webb, which is a pitcher, and then I'll be able to get Mike Trout. But I was thinking
Nice.
even, yeah, whatever. That's level 27. If I keep at this pace, I'll be level 27. I'll be level 36 by the end of next week.
It's an animal.
My team's gonna be stacked.
So, folks, that's gonna wrap up this episode.
Pez, this is all me and Pez talk about.
This is literally what Court and I talk about all day. And then I have another group with a couple other friends, and that's all we talk about in that group as well, because 2 of them have the show. So we talk about the market a lot.
Show talk.
I'm not ashamed.
Not at all.
It's the biggest game. I don't want to say biggest game. It's a game that is probably the biggest to talk about in terms of. I mean, everyone can play it, so it's not like isn't it? What is it? Not reverse compatible. Crossplay too.
Dude, Tony Edman
Yes.
is a switch hitter.
Yeah, it's crossplay with all consoles.
It's crazy.
And his numbers aren't as good contact wise. That's what hurts. His power is just not there. Like, he's not even gonna make my lineup, but his fielding is amazing. But like, his speed is 88, which is better. But I've got Anthony Volpe, who right now is my shortstop. He's a 91.
Did you buy him or did you pack him? You
I
packed
got him in a
right?
pack. He's a good one, eh?
Damn, your pack luck is out of control, dude.
No, it's not. It's not that good. But like, where do I put this guy? I can't put him at first.
You don't. You just keep them in your inventory and then put them on use them for your face of the franchise collections.
Like I just picked a great card, and I'm like, I can't. Oh, well, I'll put him on my bench for now, right? Obviously, it is what it is. That means Ken Griffey Jr. just got demoted off my bench. He's my worst card.
Yeah, but it's only the rookie version, so it's okay.
Yeah, you know what it made me want to do, Pez? It made me want to go buy that card.
Really?
Or the upper deck. Remember the upper deck?
You can get it for
Junior rookie?
nothing. Nothing. Aren't they all over?
And I've even got on my bench. I didn't realize I didn't take the guy from was it Seattle that everybody wanted Rodriguez. I took Lopez because he's a Blue Jay because I wanted a Blue Jay on my team. And everybody was like,
the prospect pack.
"Yeah, I got Otto Lopez when I could have took Rodriguez."
Yeah, I took Otto Lopez too, and he stinks.
Actually, I'm getting hits with him.
I immediately got rid of him.
Oh, you sold him?
No, I couldn't sell him.
Do a quick sell.
No, I'm not gonna quick sell him. I'll keep him and use him in a collection somewhere.
Now I have a guy, a 90 star on my bench because my Volpe, he's good. Volpe's good.
Okay, let's wrap this poor show up. These poor people.
Oh,
Still listening to us talk baseball.
Well, I thought we were done. Sorry, my apologies.
All right, folks, that's going to wrap up this episode of 3 Dads and a Console. If you had fun, please make sure to rate us on iTunes and your podcast platform of choice. If you want to see us live, check us out on YouTube at 3 Dads and a Console. Drop us a like, drop us a sub, and we will see you in the next episode.
Ah!
Ah!